Think about buying a new home. Here's some things you got to keep in mind if you're going to buy a new home in 5 to 10, 15 years. Just keep in mind that houses are like boats. They require a lot of maintenance. Every year you have to do something to the house. Something will fail. There's a lot of different systems in a house. Even if it's a townhouse, stuff fails. Cabinet magnets will not work. The shower rollers will go out of alignment or get loose, or the closet door will fall off the hinge. And these are just a few things that I worked on this weekend in my house. It's maintenance stuff. Foundation and structural issues. Yes, absolutely. That's why we tell you to get a home inspection. If you're looking at a house with foundational issues, something to look into. We have a property inspector, and if they recommend, hey, there's some serious issues going on down there in the foundation, you should have a foundation guy go look at it. Yes, we will do that for you because we want to disclose everything and scare the wrong buyers away. I always say it's smart to get inspections done ahead of time because you're disclosing everything wrong with the house. No house is perfect. No house is perfectly level. The walls aren't going to be square or plumb. There's going to be foundation issues. Over time, when it gets wet, the soil expands, and when it dries out, the soil contracts. That means your foundation is going to go like this. And over time, that could create issues. If your house doesn't have gutters, if it doesn't drain out at least 6 feet away from the foundation, you could have foundational issues. New houses are designed to protect you from that for the most part. It's not 100% guaranteed. Electrical and plumbing issues. Old electrical sockets and switches can go bad. You might have to rewire some stuff, and that's part of living in an older home. That's why those HGTV shows are so popular, because people tend to not maintain their houses. Same thing with plumbing. You have to keep your plumbing clean, right? Especially if you have teenage girls, you have hair issues in the drain. Hazmat, absolutely. Over time, you're going to have stuff that will be considered hazardous material, including paint, turpentine, stuff from way back before, right? There's going to be lead found in before 1978. All sorts of stuff. Even the popcorn, if it was built before, 1978, it had a pretty good chance of having asbestos. Now that's why you see houses with textured ceilings. Radon isn't really found here in California. It's something you can test for, but we don't have that big of an issue here. It's not a required test or inspection that we do here in California. But yeah, out in the Midwest and in the East Coast, something to think about. Outdated heating and cooling systems. Every HVAC guy gets more money to put in a new system than it does to maintain an old system. Old systems are built to last for a long time. I would say forever, but that's a bad word, especially when you're living in a litigious society. You can limp an old system along for a very long time. The problem with the new stuff is they're not designed to last for a very long time. So you bring in a new HVAC system, you pay $15,000 for it, and it's going to last 7 to 10 years. The old systems last 30, 40, 50 years, and you can limp it along. So just remember that. It's the same thing with the appliances today. Don't get me started with the appliances. Dysfunctional alarms. In California, you can't sell a house unless the inspector and the appraiser confirm that the alarms are working. Carbon monoxide and smoke detectors are required in every house during a transfer. And a refinance. Termites and bugs. Yes, California has 2 types of houses. Houses with termites and houses that just got tented. Your house will have termites. They're built out of wood. Termites like wood. Unless you have a completely all steel house, you're going to have termites and bugs. And when you have teenagers, you're going to have messy rooms. Messy rooms create dust. Dust brings in dust mites, and dust mites invite spiders. You're going to have bugs. Keep a tidy house, maintain it, etc. And that's why we do home inspections before we put the house on market, to disclose to everybody what's wrong with the house. No house is perfect, right? My job is to market it, but also to protect you as a seller and to disclose everything to the buyer. Highs and lows. I actually have the highs and lows here for you. The most expensive house sold today was $9.3 million on Harker Avenue in Palo Alto. It's a beautiful house. Very old style, nicely updated kitchen, worth every penny, right? Let's go back to the next one. This is the lowest sold house right along the freeway, 126 days, and it was $100,000 off the list price. And there you go. Sycamore Drive is the highest list price to sales price ratio. Palo Alto, they listed at $3 million. It sold for 3.6, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet. And that's it, built in 1952. This is nice and pretty and updated. They were smart. They attracted the market. If you drop your price and attract the market, your house will get sold fast. This sold in 7 days. And then the lowest sold, this is lowest list price, sold, sales price, 74% of list price. Listed originally at 1.148, took 34 days to sell, and it sold because they needed to sell it. The negative thing is it's right against the freeway. All right, it was an amazing weekend. Probably didn't even think twice about getting air conditioning, but now is the time to get air conditioning because the HVAC guys are slow. They're willing to work with you on pricing. This is the best time to do it. You can get it done pretty quick. When it's hot, when it's 130 degrees out and your air conditioning fails, I'm telling you, they're going to take 2 or 3 weeks to get to you because they're busy. And they're going to charge you a premium price to get you in the queue. Houses sell for more if you have air conditioning. It's the known thing. All right. Los Gatos house of the week is Shannon Road, not my listing. Almost $5 million, 5 bedroom, 4.5 bath, 5,000 square feet, built in 2008. It's nice Tuscan Italian look and feel all the way through every little nook and cranny, including the tiles, which you might consider dated, but that's the look and feel. It's a nice looking room. I like that chandelier. There you go. And then highs and lows are right here. I also want to make note that I did not do Monday yesterday, so I want to show you that our numbers are still going. Houses are still selling. It takes about 16 days to sell a house in Santa Clara County. If you're in Blossom Valley, it takes 14 days to sell. Nothing's changing super fast or crazy. There's no major stalls, and we're still creeping up. Prices did contract just a little bit over the last week, but overall, on average, we're doing really well for home sales prices and attracting the right market. When you're smart, there's still houses that sell for under list price because people overprice it for the area or the location, i.e. that one that sold here off the